and welcome. I'm Kimberly of Happy Gals Vintage. Thank you so much for tuning in today to our Happy Gals Vintage channel. It's great to see you. Today's video is a shop update video, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of my very favorite items that are in the shop right now. And if you're interested in any of these items that I'm going to show you, you can go to the description in this video or below this video, and you'll see a link that goes right to the Happy Gals Vintage shop. And there will also be links to my other two Etsy shops, Crystal Wand Maker and Elements 5. But before we get into talking about these cool vintage items that I've selected to share with you today, I need to share something that's not quite as much fun, a little warning about a particular website. And I don't like to be negative. I don't like to say negative things or think negative things about anyone, because I don't think it's productive. However, sometimes it's necessary in order to protect others or ourselves. Now, if you are a regular watcher of this channel, you know that I sell items on Etsy, which is an online shopping platform network, mostly of independent artists and artisans from all over the world. It's a great place to sell and a great place to be a customer. I'm also a customer on Etsy. Recently, one of my fellow Etsy shop owners reached out to me to let me know about something that she had noticed online. She noticed a website that was featuring my products, my product descriptions, my product photographs, and claiming that they were selling those items. Now, this was a little disturbing to say the least, because when I went to the website that she gave me the link to, I realized that what they were doing was taking products that I had already sold from the sold gallery in my Etsy shops. They were stealing my photographs, stealing all my product descriptions of vintage items that I had already sold months ago. Now, most of the vintage items that I sell are one-of-a-kind items, so there's really no possible way that these people have the items that they're claiming to sell, and all they're really doing is taking people's money and giving them nothing in return. Also, the site may be set up to try to steal people's personal information, credit card information for fraud. So you're going to see on the screen appear the website that I am talking about, and I'm pretty sure that all of the items that are there are just like mine, in that the pictures and descriptions have been stolen from legitimate businesses, maybe only on Etsy, I'm not sure. They may be finding them other places around the internet. Bottom line is, I really don't want to encourage anyone to go to that website or check it out or spend any time on that website at all. Anytime, if we go to a website, we actually drive more traffic to the website. That's just how, search engines like Google work, is that the more traffic a website gets, the higher up in search results they get, so more people will find the website. Mostly, I really just want to let everyone know that there are only two places where you can purchase items from Happy Gals Vintage. And the first one is my website, happygalsvintage.com. And even there, if you click on an item, it's going to direct you right into my Etsy shop. So you'll actually do your actual purchasing in the Etsy shop. So Happy Gals Vintage on Etsy is the other place where you can purchase from Happy Gals Vintage. But at this time, nowhere else online can you purchase from Happy Gals Vintage. I have sold in the past on eBay from time to time, but I'm not at this time. So the best thing to do when purchasing from Happy Gals Vintage, or any website really, is just make sure that you really know who it is you're purchasing from, right? So even if a photograph says Happy Gals Vintage on it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are on the Happy Gals Vintage website. And you can look up in the URL band at the top of your screen when you're on your computer, and you'll be able to see the actual website address. And if it's not Happy Gals Vintage, then you can be assured that you're not purchasing from Happy Gals Vintage. And if you're giving out any credit card information, any personal information, it may not be safe. The same also goes for my Crystal Wand Maker shop and my Elements 5 shop. I have a crystalwands.net website and an elements5.org website. And if you're clicking on links there, again, you're safe. You're going to be sent right into my Etsy shops to do your actual purchasing. And then also Crystal Wand Maker and Elements 5 are the shops that are directly on Etsy. And I love selling on Etsy because when my customers are buying from Etsy, they know that they are buying from a safe, legitimate, good quality website. Okay, so enough of that unpleasantness. I just wanted to warn you guys, I've worked so hard for so many years to have excellent customer service and really provide my customers with really nice quality, good items for their money. And it makes me sick to think that anyone out there might be giving money to these people who are just scamming people and giving them nothing in return. And they're doing it with photographs that I took with my company's name on the photograph. It just makes me ill. So I had to warn you guys. But let's move on to something more fun. And these items really are fun. So I want to, I don't know where to start. Let's see. Let's just do these dolphins that are right in front of me. And I trying to remember the company that made these dolphins. It's called Classic Critters. This is actually sculpted resin, and they're just beautiful. And I've recently added them to the shop. They're so lifelike, and they have so much personality. They're just a lot of fun. So I wanted to share them. I try to get a lot of different animal figurines into the shop. I get dolphins occasionally, but this particular dolphin figurine duo here is just one of the nicest dolphin collectibles I've ever had in Happy Gals Vintage. So I'm super excited to have it and to share it with you right now. And if you're interested in the dolphins, there will be a link in the description below this video, so you can go and look and find out more information on the Etsy shop, Happy Gals Vintage, and purchase them if you like. Now the next thing I want to talk about is this beautiful little lead crystal vase. It's by Princess House, and I sell quite a bit of really nice crystal items, vases in particular. This one is fun because it's just this nice little compact size, and it has really pretty embossed roses around the outside, and it just sparkles. It's so nice in the light, and it would make a really great gift for somebody, like a hostess gift or a housewarming gift. And if you are interested in crystal, definitely go to our Happy Gals Vintage shop and look around, because I have a lot more than just this particular vase. This is just one of my favorites, so I thought I would share it with you today. Along the lines of unique and kind of interesting items and kind of quirky vintage items is this shoe. Again, it's sculpted resin. I know there are people out there who collect the little miniature shoe figurines, and they're fun. I've had a few different ones in my shop over the years. I have a few right now. This one is just very unique. It's a little bit larger than a lot of them are, but there's just so much detail. And it's like an old granny style boot is what we used to call them, granny boots. I don't know, the lace-up boot that they wore, in the Victorian era, or even later, probably early 1900s. I bet my great grandma wore some like this. And I even wore shoes that were sort of a remake of a vintage idea when I was a teenager that were kind of along these same lines. But the thing I love about it is there's just so much detail in the sculpt that was the original mold for this shoe. I mean, down to like the stitching in the back, and even where the stitching had broken. You know how when you have an older leather shoe and eventually the stitching will start to try to kind of give up, and they actually incorporated that into this little miniature, and it's just so awesome how much detail there is, and even like the texturing of the leather and how the leather will wear out around the ankle areas where you're kind of bending. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and this one is in the Happy Gals Vintage shop, and it's a pretty unique item in the Happy Gals Vintage shop. Next, I want to talk about this fabulous glass bowl, and it is by Fenton. And if any of you know anything about collectible glass, you know that Fenton is the thing to have. And I just love this bowl because it is just this incredible deep red, and the light just glows through this thing. And it's in perfect condition, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, check it out. I just love this. And with Fenton glass, any really collectible glass, you know, fine quality collectible glass, you don't need to put anything in this. You just put it up in a window where it catches the light, and it's going to really attract a lot of attention. But you could use it for something, candies or nuts or soaps or anything that you want in your house, anything that you want to kind of display in a really amazing way. This bowl is going to do it for you. So this product will be linked in the description below if you want to check out the Fenton bowl. Let's do this one next. This is a porcelain vase, and it is a hand-painted vase, and that has been signed by the artist. And this I really love because the painting on it is just so nice. The colors too are very subtle. What we have is white and yellow roses with some green leaves around it, and this sort of muted gray that the flowers are kind of coming out of. There's a lot of sort of romantic atmosphere happening on this particular piece, and it's in really nice condition, and has the nice gold detailing around the fluted edge of the top of the vase. So this vase would just make a really nice accent piece for any room, and a really great gift for, again, like a birthday or a hostess kind of gift, you know, when you come to a party, or a housewarming gift. The next thing I want to talk about are these two little angels that I have right here in the front. They are from Homeco, and they are only from the 1990s, I think, early 1990s, 1991. So they're vintage, but not super old vintage. But I just love them because they're so sweet. And they look like they're the same, but they're actually slightly different. The flowers on their arm are slightly different. They're just very slightly different positions. Their faces are just ever so slightly different. They kind of are like little twin cherubs, little twin angel babies. They're just adorable. And I love the fact that you can kind of put them on display somewhere, you know, to sort of accent another piece, right? So like here I have them around this gorgeous Shelley teacup that I'm going to talk to you about in just a minute. But anywhere where you kind of have them around something else that you want to kind of showcase, I think it's fun. Or if you have something that you want to kind of like protect, right, with angel energy. So you might put like a photograph of somebody that you love, and then kind of put the little angels on each side to kind of show that you want the angels to protect and care for the person in the photograph. And I think that's kind of sweet and kind of fun. Now, the last item that I want to talk to you about here is a teacup. You guys all know I love teacups, and this one is quite, let me just move these little guys over here for a second. This one is really quite pretty. Shelley is a very well-known teacup company. They are known for producing really gorgeous teacups. Very, very highly collectible. Shelley's are. This one is called Daffodil Time, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. I'm remembering it right. And it has this design of pretty daffodils kind of growing in the grass, with the trees in the background and the blue sky kind of peeking through. And you've got the design again on the front of the teacup, and the little daffodils are inside the teacup, and then we have just trees on the back side of the teacup. And then we have this gently scalloped edge that has gold detailing, little yellow handle. It's a very delicate, pretty set. And I love it. And it's in very good condition. There's no chips or cracks or crazing anywhere that I can see. And the colors are just so nice. I just love the greens and the yellows with the little touches of blue. It's just very pretty. And I am always excited to get Shelley's in our Happy Gals Vintage shop. The Shelley's are kind of few and far between. I don't always come upon them. They're kind of like Ainsley's. Again, I'm always very happy to get Ainsley teacups in the shop also. And when I get Ainsley's and when I get Shelley's, they honestly don't stay in the shop for very long. They usually sell pretty quickly. So if you're interested in this one, there will be a link in the description of this video, and you can click in there and check it out. So thank you all for watching today. It's been really a lot of fun sharing these awesome vintage items that we have in the Happy Gals Vintage shop right now. And we usually have around 400 items in the shop, you know, give or take. I try to keep about 400. Sometimes there's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less. The bottom line is we have a lot of fun stuff in Happy Gals Vintage shop for you. And while you're over on Etsy checking out Happy Gals Vintage, make sure you also check out our other two shops, Crystal Wandmaker and Elements 5, because I think you will enjoy it. Okay, everybody, I'm going to sign off for now, but thank you again for watching. And if you're a customer of ours, thank you so much for your business. And I hope that you have a spectacular day.